Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. Honored to be connecting in with you. It's July 18th if you're listening to the live broadcast of our show. And today we're going to be talking about being empowered to shine and invest in our health and wellness. Because we want each of you to feel great. We want each of you to be able to have your body support you, you support your body, mind, and spirit so that you can shine beautifully and powerfully out into the world. And I know we can get really busy. We can get caught up in things in day-to-day life and just kind of push through, and sometimes ignore our body, or maybe not even be aware of things that are going on that are perhaps draining us a bit and taxing our body so it's not able to support us as much. So we've got two amazing experts today that are going to come alongside us and pour into us to help inspire and enlighten us around our health and our wellness. And they're going to share some of their own personal journeys, which are both really, really powerful. And they're going to share what they've learned from that so that each of us can be supported on our journey. So let's take a moment to just stop, pause, breathe. We forget to breathe deeply sometimes. And connect in. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe. Keep both hands on the wheel, eyes open, and really tuning in. Really making the decision to be here purposely, mindfully. Because we're really good at being there in body, like we look like we're there. But our mind and our spirit and our thoughts can be elsewhere. And so let's just really direct everything in here so we are connected and focused. And part of the reason I want to encourage you to do that is we're going to spend time checking in today, particularly in our health and our wellness. And to do that, we need to be fully present or we'll miss information. And I believe the very nature of each of you tuning in means that there is something here for you today. So anyone that has been led to tune in and join us today, I know there's something for you. So I want to make sure that you receive everything that is here for you. And the best way I know how to help you do that is encouraging you to be present, open, ready to receive. Those of you who are able to, please put both feet on the floor. Feel it supporting you. Sit back in your chair, all this lovely support. Take a deep breath in through your nose. See, expand your belly. See how big you can make it. And then breathe out through your mouth like through a straw. Keep breathing deeply. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. And as you're breathing, eyes closed, you're absolutely safe. This kind of breathing helps bring you present, brings oxygen to every single cell in your body, helps calm us, lower our cortisol levels, gives us clarity in thinking, which is wonderful when we have oxygen flowing throughout our bodies, and helps us be open and ready to receive everything that is here for you. So as you're breathing and enjoying all this lovely oxygen, I'm going to take a moment and check in. Are you feeling like you're thriving? That health is shining and radiating off of you, that you have that energy to take on and move forward all those things that matter to you, that you feel vibrant? Or are you feeling perhaps a little bit taxed or drained, or there's an ache somewhere in your body or in your spirit? Just kind of check in and see where you are in that. And as you feel into that information, what is it that you need? What is it that will support you, encourage you, empower you on your journey? What is it that you need? Just feel into that. And that you are willing to receive because you have choice. See if that shifts the need a little bit. What is it that you need and are willing to receive? Being unattached to the how, like releasing how. You don't have to figure out the how, but identifying what it is that you need and are willing to receive is a beautiful place to start our time together and our connection together so you can really be served powerfully today. So what is it that you need and are willing to receive? Beautiful. Receive that information. Take another big breath. Open up your eyes, fully present, and take a moment to write down what was laid on your heart, what it is that you need and are willing to receive. So we can keep it top of mind and you can be actively on the lookout for it so that you recognize it and see it. Being willing to be surprised by the wonderful and unexpected way that need can be met real time today. We can get distracted and forget what our needs are, moving on to the next shiny object. So today I want to really encourage you to remember, keep it top of mind and be actively on the lookout to see, oh, is this the way that need is going to be met? And be open and ready to receive with great wonder and appreciation. Beautiful. We're going to take a moment and go around our virtual room here and connect in with our amazing guest experts and just take a moment to see when we stopped and listened what was laid on their heart. Just a quick 15-second share, something that was laid on your heart when you took a moment to listen. Elizabeth, I'd love for you to share.
What was laid on my heart was what I already knew is what I need right now personally is rest. I need to just relax and rest. And I know that. I've had a really busy week. I've got a busy week coming up. But I always schedule in Friday afternoons as my pre-weekend. So I'm looking forward to my pre-weekend tomorrow. That's what I need.
Beautiful. Oh, I love that. We hold that up and send you hopefully restful moments today as well.
Yes. Thank you.
Beautiful. Absolutely. How about you, Cheryl? What was laid on your heart?
Well, I am in the process of detoxing off of significant mold in my body, which was growing in the wall in my old office. And it's making me I have autoimmune disease, so I'm having flare symptoms and some joint and muscle pain. And I really look forward to getting this stuff out of my body so that I can go back to a great feeling of wellness.
Oh, well, we just lift you up. I know that's a process when you're detoxing and releasing, so we're just holding you in that. And I'm thankful you were able to identify that so that you can do that process to release and move into that place of health and wellness for you. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And listeners, how about you? What is laid on your heart? What is it that you need today? It might be specific. It might be a little bit more general. What is it that you need today and are willing to receive? As we get ready to go to our next commercial break, I want to encourage you to be present as those beautiful commercials with amazing information updates that we want you to be aware of and know are playing in the background. I want to encourage you to be still and listen to what's being laid on your heart and your spirit so that you're actually giving yourself a moment to receive and process and hear while we're connected here together and leaning in and supporting you. We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Be sure to friend us on Facebook. You can do it right now. Visit facebook.com/Voice America or search for us at keyword Voice America.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Get Unchained, Tune in every Monday for Jane Unchained on the Voice America Influencers channel, featuring nationally recognized best-selling author, TV journalist, and social media influencer Jane Velez Mitchell. This program takes you inside a trending lifestyle that's the next wave of human evolution. It all starts on your plate. If you want to revolutionize your life, get happier, more energized, then discover the secret. Tune in to Jane Unchained Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Influencers channel. Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective, plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at blog.voiceamerica.com. That's blog.voiceamerica.com. The Voice America Press Blog. All access, all the time. We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that it gave you an opportunity to stop, pause, check in, breathe, and listen. You're going to have opportunities throughout our time together today to do that. And I encourage you to fully use them, because this gives you the moment to help integrate what is being shared into your heart and spirit. So it's not being added to your someday to-do list, but you're actually real time starting to incorporate this information and wisdom into your life by taking those moments, stop, breathe, and take things in on a cellular level. So we'll give you moments throughout our show today to do that. I want to encourage you to use them and really let those things that are supportive to you speak into your heart, into your spirit, and into you on a cellular level. Beautiful. Welcome back, everyone. We are talking about health and wellness and how to shine. So not just survive. Surviving is important. We want to survive, but I want to help you thrive and shine so that you're able to do all those things that you are called to do, called to bring into your life, sharing your gifts and your talents and your abilities in the world. And so to support us, we have an amazing expert that's going to pour wisdom and insight and some perhaps surprising information that she's going to be sharing with us. So let me take a moment to formally introduce her. Cheryl Meyer is an award-winning author, has a bachelor's degree. She's a health coach, and 5 years ago, she was suffering and finally discovered it was suffering from inflammation and autoimmune disease. And this put her on a search. And she discovered that there were all these toxins in her life. And so she started a mission to purge them from her life to return to wellness. She is passionate about helping you remove toxins from your life because she believes each toxin that is removed is one step closer to your health. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Cheryl Meyer to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here.
Oh, I am thrilled to have you here today. Looking forward to all of the information you're going to share with us. And I wanted to start with why this mission to not only bring your health into alignment powerfully in that way, but you're on this mission to help others do that too. And I'd love for you to share a little bit about why that is personally so important to you.
Well, I was a prime example of what the exercise just was that everybody went through with you. I was not paying attention to my body. I, for probably 20 years, had things showing up that told me that my toxic load was building, but they flitted past my mind so quickly I didn't stop to even think about them until one morning I woke up and everything in my body hurt. Every muscle, every joint, and now I'm going to take it seriously because I can't move. I had my own business. I was lucky. I turned it over to my staff, and I started researching to try to find what the heck I could do to reverse whatever was going on with my body. And my conventional doctor couldn't even tell me what it was. She suggested I needed therapy. But I knew I hurt, and I knew I was going to own my own health and do something about it. I just read an amazing quote by Dr. Bruce Lipton that you don't know what you don't know until you know it. But once you know it, then you're responsible for it. And so I'm bringing my message out in hopes that everybody tunes in with their body and asks it, how are they feeling? Because there are things you can do if you own your own health to reverse your inflammation and to return to wellness. So that's my mission.
Beautiful. And I can hear your passion and your conviction in that, and helping others not wait to that point where everything hurts and they can barely get out of bed before they listen. And I appreciate you sharing that, because we can so often push, ignore, and just kind of move forward. Or at a certain age, we're going to be tired and slow down a little bit. And I like how you are taking a stand for all of us to listen and start owning our health and taking powerful steps to bring it back into alignment and wellness. Thank you for the work you do.
Thank you. I'm so passionate about this that I recently sold my jewelry business so that I can be all in talking about health.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. And actually, that was going to be one of my questions later on, but let's reverse it. I'd like to talk about that now. So, what are some of the things with the shift and change that you're making? Because that's a big change and that's a big commitment. What is laid on your heart? What are some of the things that we can look forward to that you're going to be bringing forward and bringing to the world? Because I know you're on purpose.
I have a book that's won 14 awards, called It Feels Good to Feel Good, Learn to Eliminate Toxins, Reverse Inflammation, and Feel Great Again. And I'm in the process of revising it because I wrote it for people with autoimmune disease, and I now understand all chronic illness starts with toxins. So I'm also talking now to people with heart disease and people with cancer. So that's the first thing. Then I have a second book that I want to finish before the end of the summer, which is, people say, aren't you deprived? No, I'm not deprived. I'm writing a book about how do I live this way. I want to put a blueprint out of how to live clean without all the toxins that I've eliminated, because my functional doctor tells me that's the missing piece because people don't know how to do it. And the third thing I'm doing is I have been invited by our local public access television station to host my own weekly show that will go out to my immediate community. And I'm starting that. We're going to start recording end of August, and that's going to start 1st of September. And then the last step, which I am super excited about, is that I'm going to have a podcast on your forum starting in January that's going to have two parts. One is solopreneur with me talking about everything I've learned about health. And then every other week, I'm going to talk to somebody who's had health issues and has owned their own health, listened to their body, and reversed whatever their health situation is back to health. Because if I can bring you other people other than me, then I can inspire you to change as well.
Oh, thank you. We're so excited for all that you're bringing forward. And I know this is the beginning. There's more and more to come. So we're excited and celebrating. I love that you're bringing many voices to the conversation, and that just increases the impact. We're thrilled and honored to have your podcast coming aboard the RHG TV network. We're excited that you're stepping into local cable, and the books, the revision that you're bringing forward, and your new book. There's such a need out there. there, and I'm excited. So everyone be looking forward to these beautiful tools and resources that Cheryl's going to be bringing to us. So make sure to be following her. At the end of the show, we're going to let you know how you can contact her, follow her, and stay in the loop with all of the beautiful things she's bringing to us and going to be launching. And I wanted to take a moment. I feel like you've touched on this a little bit about why you wrote your book and even why you're bringing that revision forward, some of what you've discovered about toxins. But I'm curious if there were some things as you started this journey, because some people may be just hearing about toxins for the first time or they haven't looked at that recently, that you were surprised to discover were lurking in your life that you had to make some shifts to start removing.
There were hundreds of them. I was appalled. When I started to dig in, they were everywhere. But systematically, over 5 years, I eliminated them one by one. And each step was a step back to health. You can't do it all at once. It would be overwhelming. But you can take them on one at a time. And it doesn't take very long before your body starts to dance. So if you just know that you want to start eliminating the toxins and lowering your toxic load, you can return to health.
Oh, beautiful. And I love that reminder that one step at a time. So often we can be all or nothing, or we go to these extremes, and that can be really, really hard. And if you discovered they were everywhere and you have hundreds, that could be pretty darn overwhelming to try and approach. So I love this reminder that you take them on one at a time, and that each step is a step back to your health. And that's something I think you say each step is a step back to health. And I feel like that's quotable for those who love to Twitter or tweet on Twitter. There we go. You can do that. That's a beautiful quote that can be shared out. And it's an important reminder that each of those steps count. It's not just the big steps. It's not when we're 100%. I don't know that we can ever be 100% everything removed from our environment and our body, but we can take these steps along.
I keep finding toxins that we're removing, but it's worth it.
Absolutely. And I love that you're willing to keep taking a step at a time, and then teach us how to do the same. And this beautiful blueprint that you're going to be bringing forward as well by the end of summer, it sounds like, to help us navigate our lives where we're not continuing to put as many of those into our bodies. So I'm just excited about that. And as we are reviewing our conversation here, I wanted to see if there was a piece of advice or tip that you wanted to share with us as we get ready to go to our next commercial break.
Well, some people seem to be hesitant to remove the toxins from their food, although they're everywhere in food, and it's really important that you do that. But if you are, then start with stress, because stress creates leaky gut. Leaky gut creates inflammation, just like all the other toxins in your life. And there are simple breathing exercises similar to what Rebecca just did, that if you practice them on a daily basis, reset your parasympathetic nervous system and reduce your stress so that that is no longer adding to the inflammation in your body. And just that alone will help you start feeling much better.
Beautiful. Thank you for that tip and reminder. As you were saying that, I just sat back in my seat and was breathing. I was like, I'm going to put this into action right now. And laughing. So laughing can raise our endorphins too, and that helps as well. So
laughing's critical for health.
Oh, I love it. And it feels good. So we can have these things that feel
good,
right? That feel good, that are supportive and healthy for our bodies. So as we get ready to go to our next commercial break here, I want to encourage you to think about what Cheryl has shared with you, some of what she discovered and was able to shift powerfully in her life around toxins. And that reminder, the stress is a toxin too. And we can choose the piece that we want to start with to help move our body back into health, taking that first health step. So as we go into our commercial break, I encourage you to use these 2 minutes to stop, pause, breathe, checking in, resetting your system a little bit, and feel into what is that step that we want to take to help remove maybe stress from our life or a piece? What's one thing that we can remove or add in that can help us move forward? What's that next health step for you? With that, we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Think you've seen everything there is to see in online television? Let us surprise you. Visit voiceamerica.tv today for sports, health, business, and more on demand 24/7.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Sustainable success is just around the corner. If you are an entrepreneur, business leader, or anybody looking for their next level of success, tune into Sustainable Success with host Chris Salem. Did you know that the path to success is a long path that started many years ago? The path you started on then determines what is happening now. Chris and his amazing guests in their field will help you navigate the path to sustainable success every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Change starts here. Change starts now. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel. You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you were able to identify that next health step that is laid on your heart to take. And it's a good opportunity as well, now that we are about halfway through our time together today, to check in and take a look at your notes there and what you wrote down that you needed, that you identified at the beginning of our time together that was laid on your heart that you need to support you on your journey, and just kind of check in. We want to remember to keep that top of mind, and as we continue our conversation and go deeper and deeper into the subject matter area, I want you to just be feeling in and seeing if this is a wonderful way that need is being met. And sometimes it can be what we're sharing directly in the show, or as you're listening, what is being spoken into your heart and spirit. So be open, listening, ready to receive. We're introducing our next amazing expert. I'm going to share a little bit about her more formally, and I know you're going to enjoy what she has to share and what's been laid on her heart to bring to you today. We're in for a treat. So Elizabeth Clamon is a naturopath, author, founder, CEO of Relentless Hearts, motivational and inspirational speaker, best-selling author multiple times, and she has been cited and quoted in major media, ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC, just to name a few. And she is a survivor of childhood abuse, being chronically ill and bedridden for 12 years. Please hear me. Not 12 days, not 12 weeks, 12 years from an auto accident, and told that that's how it was going to be, disabled and bedridden. And she was able to come through that thriving, traveling, speaking, walking, and is now passionate about the power of natural healing and the power of prayer. Please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful and empowering Elizabeth Clamon to the show. Welcome!
Ta-da! Man,
Ta-da!
You make me feel like I'm like a celebrity or something. Wow, that introduction just really makes you punch up.
Well, these are all true things, so therefore you are. I love it.
Yes, but we don't want me to believe that I'm a celebrity.
Well, I will keep holding you up in this beautiful way and celebrating all that you are and all that you are bringing to the table. And I'd love for you to share why this work of helping others and bringing encouragement and natural healing and the power of prayer, why that work is personally so important to you.
That work began with a passion from being a small child growing up on the family farm, and my grandmother being beside her as we grew our own vegetables, and we, had our own meat that we sent to slaughter, and just being, if you were sick, you didn't run to the doctor and get medications. You took care of it at home, and you took care of it with herbs and natural supplements, and that started a passion in me that I didn't even realize until I moved away from home in my early 30s and started experiencing some chronic illness issues of my own, and had a couple of friends that were into natural health and natural wellness, and started looking into it and decided that's the direction that I wanted to go and get my education in that. And it's just always been a passion and an interest for me.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing. I love that those seeds were planted so earlier in life and have just continued to grow and bloom and blossom in so many different ways. And I know some of your journey had inspired you to write a book, and I know you've done multiple books. And so I wanted to see if there's one, as we're talking today, that you wanted to highlight and share why you decided to write that book.
That's my personal book, is Beauty Rising from Brokenness, my journey through childhood trauma and chronic illness into healing. And it's a memoir about my journey and what I went through as a young child and a young adult, and how all of that, Cheryl was talking about the toxins of stress. Well, for me, it was the toxins of all of that negativity and that abuse and that growing up in that dysfunctional family that I kept trapped down inside. And I held that in as long as I could, but eventually you can't hold it down anymore, and it has to surface. And when it surfaced as chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, and I had to figure out a way to walk myself through healing. So that's what I do in this book, is I take the readers through healing physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and how I walked myself through that and how they can walk through that as well. I also have coaching and training programs on this particular book as well, and I also speak on this quite often.
Perfect. And do you mind describing the cover of this book? I have seen this beautiful book, and I'm halfway through it. For those who I haven't finished it yet, but I've been reading it, and it's very powerful. It's very authentic and transparent. I'd love for you to describe the cover.
The cover is a young girl holding a mason jar, the old-fashioned blue-tinted mason jars with the metal rings around that hold the lid on, and the mason jar is cracked, and there's a monarch butterfly flying out of the mason jar that she's holding, and other butterflies flying around. And this was just so symbolic to me I knew exactly what I wanted on the cover when I went to the cover designer, and she came back with this beautiful image that just blew me away. And it was so meaningful for me because the butterfly, the monarch butterfly, is the symbol of new life, and as a Christian, it's also a symbol of the resurrection and of coming back to life. And the butterfly is flying out of that brokenness. And so the symbolism was really important to me that the butterfly fly out of that broken glass, because I was being set free from that brokenness that I had had my entire life.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I just wanted to give that visual for those of our listeners that are more visual in nature, because I just felt like that cover was so powerful. And I know it was so purposeful and symbolic in so many ways. So I appreciate you sharing a little bit about the book, a little bit about that cover. And can you share the title one more time for those that are interested in looking that up and getting a copy?
Beauty Rising from Brokenness, the journey through childhood trauma and chronic illness into healing.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And they can find it on Amazon or in bookstores, Barnes & Nobles, all the bookstores, the brick and mortars, or on my website.
Perfect. We want it easy to find, so that's good. That's good. And I wanted to touch in on this because you have faced a lot of adversity and challenges, and I just keep thinking of that 12 years in bed and just that time extending on and on. And I know when we talk, I've met you after that, and you have shared how I've rested enough. I'm on mission. I have work to do. I want to get out there in the world. And I wanted to have you share a little bit of what you've learned in overcoming some of these things and stepping into that place of shining and sharing out.
I have learned that I need to listen to my body and that I can't go full out all the time. And I know as women, and my passion is talking to women, and as women, we struggle to find that balance between work and life and children and pets and everything that we have going on. And we find ourselves constantly on the go, and we don't stop and take time to take care of ourselves. And we end up dealing with being exhausted and burnout and toxic overload, and like I was, ill if you don't catch it soon enough. And so we need to take a step back and remember that we need to take care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of the others in our lives. And like Cheryl was sharing that about toxic stress, and I've written quite a bit about that as well, but toxic relationships. That's another place, and I know I talk to people a lot, and they're like, "Oh, well, I can't make these diet changes, and I can't make these lifestyle changes." Think about just things that are in your life, like toxic relationships, and maybe there's toxic relationships in your life that are keeping you held down and keeping you ill, that you need to take a step back from and take care of yourself for a little while and have some time to take care of yourself. And it's okay. That's something I didn't know, that it was okay to put myself first. I didn't know that it was okay to go and take an hour bubble bath because somebody might need me. And so those are just things that you can do that are simple things to take a step back and check in with yourself and see what you need and take care of yourself, and don't feel guilty when you put yourself first or when you take time for yourself.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And what an important reminder, and especially that guilty, because that's actually causing stress and then putting more toxins in. So we want to we want to stop that cycle and really honor taking care of ourselves and seeing what is that step and listening to what our body needs, what we need, so that we can be all of who we're called to be, all of who we want to be, and then stepping forward from that place. And owning our health, I was thinking, as Cheryl was saying, it's these important messages that we're hearing today and really looking at how we can apply them in our life. Now, I know you have lots of exciting things coming up, too, that you're doing and launching and bringing forward. And I'd love for you to share a little bit about that.
that's a little bit why I felt like when we went through the exercise in the beginning, I felt like I needed rest because I've been so busy doing, getting all these things in line to come about. But I'm working on putting on my own event that will be coming up in the fall, and that will be Relentless Hearts. And then I'm working on speaking. I will be gone in Las Vegas all week next week, speaking at a conference, a global conference that is coming up. I also have a podcast with your network that'll be starting in September, and that is going to be called Being Resilient Matters. And we're going to talk about being resilient and how important it is to be resilient and to know that we can come back no matter what knocks us down. And that was hard for me to believe for that 12 years that I could ever come back. But I did, because I had a defining moment where I changed my mind and I set my mind on coming back, and I made a purpose and a point to do that. So we're going to be talking about that. And then I'm going to also have a feature on the podcast once a month of military spouses. I've been a military spouse for 30 years, and we're going to have a forum where we talk about being resilient as a military spouse, and we talk about helping other spouses and things that they can do to help them deal with the stress and the struggles of military life. And hopefully that will be so popular that it'll be its own podcast by the first of the year.
Beautiful. Well, I'm excited for all that is unfolding in your life, all that we can be looking forward to and following. Towards the end of the show, we're going to give you an opportunity to know how to follow Elizabeth, connect in on a deeper level, and be in the loop on all these wonderful things that she's bringing forward and launching. We are thrilled and excited to have your podcast launching on the RHGTV network as well. Can't wait to share that out. And with that, we are getting ready to go to our next commercial break. So listeners, as we do this, please take a moment to stop, pause, breathe, integrate, check in, see what's being spoken into your heart, into your spirit, and perhaps look at the relationship side of things. Is there a toxic relationship or connection you can look at taking steps to remove from your life to, again, come back to center and take care of you? Or maybe it's, what is something you can start doing today to support you? Maybe it's that bubble bath, maybe it's a walk, whatever it may be, that you can listen to what you need so that you can step forward and shine. We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's not just talk radio. Hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-hosts Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing. Packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit voiceamerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel. You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes just for you. It has been an honor and privilege to be on the show with all of you, having this time to connect. And I hope you have found that support that you're looking for, or gotten clarity on some of those next steps you're being asked to take for you, for your health, to help you thrive and shine powerfully in your life. As we bring the show to a close, I'm going to encourage you to really listen in to what's been laid on Cheryl and Elizabeth's heart. They have just a little bit more they're being called and looking forward to sharing with you. And I want to have you take 2 minutes after the show comes to an end and give yourself that opportunity to just process, breathe, take in what's being spoken into your heart, into your spirit. Maybe make a couple notes of some of those next steps you're going to take so you're able to keep them top of mind as you look forward to stepping forward and shining in your life, in your health, and in your spirit. So with that, I'm going to start with Cheryl. And Cheryl, I'd love for you to share your contact information. So hopefully everyone's got their paper, pen, or however you write down and keep the information to connect. Or maybe you're on social media right now and you can tag her or send a request or whatever it may be. But I want to give you an opportunity to be able to connect in with Cheryl on a deeper level, because that way you can take these things to a deeper place. And remember, life is not a solo journey. We can let people come alongside us and support us. So Cheryl, take it away. How can we stay in touch and connect with you further?
Called Cheryl with a C, M Health Muse.com, and it's loaded with free information that you can go and start to learn from.
Beautiful. And can you say that one more time?
Cheryl with a C, CHERYL, like Mary, Health Muse, MUSE.com.
Beautiful. And it sounds like you've got all kinds of resources and ways that we can connect in further with you. Beautiful. And then do you have a piece of advice or a tip or something that was laid on your heart based on our conversation today that you want to share with our listeners?
Well, probably one of the most important things I learned is that you do not have to accept the life of pain and pills. Be very discriminating what you put in and on your body, because the body is amazing and it wants to heal you, but you have to give it the right components so that it can do that. And food is medicine. So if you're eating organic, toxin-free food, your body can grab that, utilize it, and start to heal you.
Beautiful. So really bringing in that mindfulness, paying attention to that, and remembering that food can really be medicine and heal us, but we want it in a way that our body can absorb it and use it. So beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. And we're excited about all your launching, so everyone be leaning in and watching for all that is coming forward. So know that we're going to be watching and celebrating with you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Absolutely. And Elizabeth, I'd love for you to share how people can get in touch and follow you and also be watching all the beautiful things that you're launching and bringing forward.
The best way to get in touch with me is if you can remember my name, you can find me wherever you're looking for me. So it's Elizabeth Clamon, Clamon, and my website is elizabethclamon.com. I'm on all the social media under Elizabeth Clamon. So if you just type in, I think I'm pretty much the only Clamon, Clamon, around. It was a package deal. It came with my husband, so I just kind of went with it. And it makes me very unique. So.
Beautiful.
And Rebecca will attest that I am unique. So
I love it, and we embrace that about you and love that, how unique and wonderful that you are. And we're excited for all that you're bringing forward and launching and going to be following you and celebrating that. And I wanted to see what was laid on your heart when you're reflecting back on today's show, a reminder, a tip, piece of advice that you wanted to give our listeners today.
I want to give the listeners today something from my Cajun roots, my Cajun background, and that is lash. I'm going to mess it up just because I said that. Lash palalatat, which and it is Cajun for being relentless. And I want you to be relentless. Never give up, no matter what hardships you face. Dig deep within yourself and find the strength and the courage to pursue your dreams. And that's what I had to do when I was knocked down for that 12 years. I had to dig deep down in myself and find the strength and the courage because I knew I had a dream and I knew I had a purpose and I had to fulfill that. So I want to encourage you to be relentless in your life. And I want you to be relentless in pursuing your goals and your dreams, but also be relentless about your health and taking care of you. Because if you're relentless about taking care of you, then you can help those around you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. I appreciate your relentless spirit and inspiring us all to be relentless in our spirits and in our health so that we can take care of those around us and do all the things that are placed on our heart and our spirit to bring forward. Thank you for the work you do and for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And listeners, I want you to take a moment as you're listening to your heart and spirit and all that is being spoken into you. And what are some ways that you can be a little bit more relentless in taking care of you? A little bit more mindful of what is being placed on your heart, what you are taking in, what you are putting on your body and in your heart and in your spirit, being mindful. And is this going to be supportive of you and all that you're looking to do in your life? Because you are a treasure. You're a gift. You are absolutely needed in this world. There is no one just like you. And it is your time. In case you've been waiting on the sidelines or waiting for someone to tell you that it's now time to take center stage, it's now time to step forward and be seen, it's time. You were made for such a time as this. And the biggest gift that you can give the world, those around you, is being willing to share more of who you are, more of your gifts, more of your talents, and more of your abilities. But in order to do that, you've got to remember to take care of you too, so that we can see your brilliance, so that we can see you cheering us on and leading all that you are called to lead and bring forward. Because wherever you go, whatever you do, what we hope that you do is that you choose, because you have choice, you choose to be seen, you choose to shine, you choose to share your gifts, you choose to take care of you. And that's part of how we make the world a better place, is each of us leaning in, being willing to care for ourselves so we can also care for others and shine our gifts and talents out in the world, creating this beautiful tapestry of life. I like to think of it as each of us are a unique flower. That's why I always say bloom and shine at the end of our shows. Each of us are a unique flower with our own color, our own fragrance, our own texture, our own way of unfolding in the world. And when each of us are willing to share our color, our fragrance, our uniqueness out, it creates this beautiful garden of life. And I want to see that vibrant garden and see you shine and share your gift, your fragrance with the world. So that wherever you go, whatever you do, that you will choose to bloom and shine. Take care, everyone. I will look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Influencers Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.
Find out